What is going on, guys? I am the FD Guru, bringing to you guys a Friday NBA edition of my DFS podcast. We have a really good looking 10-game main slate tonight. Not a lot of questionable guys out there yet, which is always a good thing in the early afternoon. A couple of injuries we're definitely going to take advantage of. Just like this video as usual. Make sure you're subscribed. I do appreciate it. Looking to kick off our weekend on a really good note. It's been a rough week for NBA. Picking absolute duds with Saric on Tuesday, Draymond Green 1 point on Wednesday, and then I had Nikola Jovic everywhere last night and didn't crack the rotation. I mean, I saw Haslam obviously was starting, but I knew Udonis Haslam was going to play 6 minutes to start the first half and 6 minutes to start the second half. I knew there were a bunch of minutes off the bench for either Orlando Robinson and or Jovic. Usually, Jovic plays in front of Robinson. I did not think Robinson was going to play. I don't even remember how many minutes he played, but he played over 30 minutes, so it's all right. We move on to today. Loving this slate. Making an extra lineup for my Twitter subscribers, making 4 FanDuel lineups, the usual hybrid cash GPP on the website, and then exclusively a 4th one for Twitter subscribers to see. If you subscribe, it ends up being really worth it. I tweet out a bunch of different lineups in a month to Twitter subscribers. I also give you $10 in free credit to cover the charge on the 1st of every month. So look for that, all you subscribers out there. I'll be making that 4th lineup as well later tonight. So for point guard tonight, there's a lot of good options. A lot of good guys to spend up on. I was looking at Jordan Poole at 7,700 with no Steph Curry, no Andrew Wiggins. I think Klay Thompson's questionable right now. But for only $300 more, LaMelo Ball's looking really good. This Hawks and Hornets game, biggest over-under on the night, 239.5 last time I checked. Close spread. This looks like the best game to dip the feet in here tonight. I love Ball. The reason why I love him is he didn't miss a beat with playing times. He was out for a while, and they didn't care. The coach had, mentioned he was going to play in shorter stints. He ended up playing 34 minutes, usual workload. This tells me that they are not worried about him and his health at all. So I expect him to play, mid-30s in minutes tonight. He's going to have, the ball in his hand a bunch. It's LaMelo Ball. He could fill up the stat sheet, double-double last game, 23 points, 11 assists. This Hawks defense, especially with no DeJounte Murray, Clint Capella, or John Collins, really they're 3 star defenders. They're all so good at defending. Them all off the court makes this Hawks defense Swiss cheese. I think Ball could do whatever he wants. I expect him to carve them up tonight. Again, this Hornets and Hawks game, a really good game to pick from. LaMelo Ball, it is his second game back. If it's a little risky for you, don't need to jam him in cash games by any means, but you should have an eye on him, especially in tournaments. The upside is going to be there because, when he's back after a few games, I would not be surprised with that price jumping up towards 9,000. Shooting guard, mentioned no Steph Curry, no Andrew Wiggins. Klay Thompson questionable. Even if Thompson plays, I expect Dante DiVincenzo to start at the shooting guard position. He's been playing a lot more for the Warriors. We saw him play 37 minutes last game. Steph Curry went down, and that was not a coincidence that DiVincenzo ended up playing more minutes because, yes, Curry's a point guard, but they can just slide Jordan Poole over to the point guard, and then DiVincenzo looks like a great play at 5,300. He's been playing really well, hitting his value in 4 out of his last 5 games. This game's at 8. It's at 7:30 Eastern tonight, so decent chance we get this starting lineup before lock. Keep an eye out. Regardless, say DiVincenzo doesn't start tonight, he's still going to see easily 25 plus minutes off the bench. And then Klay Thompson, if he's out, that obviously just is bonus for DiVincenzo. Small forward, Kyle Anderson looks real good. I mentioned at the beginning of the video that there weren't a lot of questionable guys tonight. Those questionable guys, the few of them, they're coming from the Timberwolves. D'Angelo Russell, Rudy Gobert, both questionable tonight. Those are, key guys on this Timberwolves team we're going to have to pay attention to. It's an 8 o'clock lock or start, 7 o'clock lock tonight. So this game's an hour after lock. Hopefully we can get news on those guys because if Gobert's out, we're looking at, cheap plays like a Naz Reid. Regardless, whether those two guys are out or in, Kyle Anderson is going to be starting. He's been, the main beneficial of Karl Anthony Towns being out. He's been starting at power forward. He's been playing really well. His price actually dropped. I think it was $5,700 last slate. He's going to play 30 minutes. He's a solid guy. He gets steals every game. He's a part of this offense. He doesn't score a ton of points, but he gets rebounds. He gets assists. He's a great fantasy player. Needs 27 fantasy points to hit value. He's been hitting that pretty consistently since Karl Anthony Towns has gone down. Power forward, I love Sabonis. Crossing my fingers on foul trouble. Every time I pick this guy, he seems to, get into the foul trouble. There's really nothing you can do. That is one of the most unpredictable things in all of fantasy sports is a guy getting into foul trouble for you. You certainly don't fade a guy based off of foul trouble. Sabonis played 40 minutes last game. When I talk about foul trouble, I had him against the 76ers a few days ago, and he got in foul trouble, only played 29 minutes, still hit value. If he can just, keep his hands to himself, he's going to play 35 to 40 minutes, and he's easily a fantasy point per minute kind of guy. The Kings on the road by no means should blow out the Pistons. Sabonis should absolutely carve up beef stew and Marvin Bagley here in this Pistons front court. Love him tonight. I think his ceiling is huge. I think 8,900 is far too cheap on him. I think he has 50 to 60 fantasy point upside like he showed last game and like he showed a week ago getting 61 against the Cavs. Great play here tonight. Again, the only thing that I really think is going to slow him down is foul trouble. So great play here. Center and power forward eligibility. One of my favorite spend ups, if not my favorite spend up on tonight's slate. And then for center, this is a jam play. I looked across the board early in the afternoon here. There's no one else where I would consider a jam play. By jam play, I mean he's the first guy in all of your lineups. I'm going to have a hard time not getting 100% exposure to him. Okongwu, 5,200, far too cheap. Clint Capella out, John Collins out. He's a great fantasy point per minute kind of guy. He sometimes hits value even when he comes off the bench behind Capella. He's going to easily get over 25 minutes tonight, and he's easily a fantasy point per minute or more kind of guy. Again, I was raving about this Hornets and Hawks game when I was talking about LaMelo Ball. This is going to have a ton of pace. There's going to be a ton of points. There's no reason not to love Okongwu tonight at 5,200. He needs 26 fantasy points to hit value. Again, just jam them in your lineups and move on with the rest of your picks. That'll do it for this video, guys. Like this video. Make sure you're subscribed. I'm going to drop my Sunday main slate NFL Week 15 video. It's got free Guru credits. Dropping that right here below my webcam. And then, so hit that up. Get your free credits. Let's get after it. Until next time, I am the FD Guru, and I am signing off. See ya.